Alright, folks, what's going on? It's your boy Tacho here, and we got this FEH Channel out of nowhere. So, they dropped a couple of interesting bits of info in this one. So, we have the info for the next legendary hero that's going to be coming out this month. And we got some info for the Golden Week celebration. So, let's just jump right in and take a look at that stuff. Alright, so right here we have some login bonuses for Golden Week. Pretty nice prizes here. We got 50 grails, 50 of these stones for leveling up your sacred seals, and then we got 100 flowers for each type. So pretty solid there. We're also going to be getting Hero Fest banners for all of the Choose Your Legends banners. So 5% rates for any focus 5-star hero with regular 3% rates for 5 stars. Pretty solid overall. And we're also going to be getting a crap load of tickets for all of these, if we go ahead and take a look over here. So they're going to be giving out 5 tickets for each banner, which is pretty good. 5 times 4, there's basically 80 orbs worth of tickets, which is insane, especially on Hero Fest banners that are this good. So this is a really awesome reward here for Golden Week. Very nice stuff for them to do this. And I'm sure a lot of people are probably going to free pull some of these 5-star exclusives. So the round 1 Choose Your Legends units already got their refines, and they're all pretty good. Same goes for the round 2 Choose Your Legends units. The round 3 ones are on the way. Probably going to be coming up soon on their refines. So I would say hang on to any of those guys if you manage to pick them up. And then we're probably a ways off from the round 4 Choose Your Legends units getting any refines there, but they're all still really good even to this day without refines, so it's not really a big deal for them. Alright, so there's also going to be this FEH quiz where we can get up to 10 orbs and 150 divine codes part 2 if we answer 5 of the FEH questions correctly. And they already did one today where they wanted to know which silhouette was actually Faye the Owl, and of course it's number 1. So that was pretty easy. Okay, but let's go over here. This is pretty much the thing that I wanted to talk about in this video. Because finally, after how long I've waited, my boy is finally getting his legendary alt. So we are going to be getting Legendary Sigurd for this month's legendary banner. Amazing artwork for him. You guys already know, besides Ike, Sigurd is actually my favorite lord in the series. So I'm really excited for him to get a legendary alt. And he looks pretty badass as well. We got a little bit of a glimpse of what he's capable of. So let's go ahead and take a look here. He's going to swap with Seliph in just a sec. Alright, so here we go. Oh man, I love this aura, by the way. The aura that's surrounding his face there. Pretty awesome. Alright, hold on. I think I skipped his stats there. Okay, so here are his stats. We got 41 HP, 60 attack. That is counting the weapon included. 23 speed, 39 defense, and then 27 res. So, typical Sigurd stats. He's got lots of attack, lots of defense, and then speed is a bit low. Res is kind of decent, but then HP is not really that great either. So, he's more of a physical type of tank, but then his weapon is giving him all sorts of protection against magic as usual. They didn't actually go over what this ace skill is. I believe this is one of those new ideal skills or catch skills. Yeah, I think this is actually attack and defense catch, if I'm not mistaken. He keeps Crusader's Ward, it looks like, for his B slot, and then he's getting Fatal Smoke for his C slot. So overall, looks like a pretty interesting kit for him. I would have liked it more if he came with Distant Counter, but alright, let's go ahead and take a look at what his weapon does. Alright, so here he goes into action against this guy. Alright, they did this, like, weird drip feed thing with his weapon effect where they only described it in bits and chunks. So let's go ahead and let it play out. Alright, so Hollowed Turfing. It has -1 special trigger, already very good. At the start of combat, if the foe's HP is above or equal to 75%, grants all stats +5 to unit during combat. Unit makes a guaranteed follow-up attack, and also if unit initiates combat or if the foe has 2 range, reduces damage from foe's first attacks by 40%. So a really strong damage reduction effect there. He's got 40% damage reduction. He gets a guaranteed follow-up and all stats up 5. And -1 special trigger. Like, dude, these weapons are just... Come on, man. The weapons nowadays are just way too much. Like, this is just actually nuts. Alright, and then we also got to see a glimpse of his special, which, Holy Knight Aura, this is pretty badass. So, at the start of the turn, a unit can move 1 extra space. That turn only doesn't stack. He's already a cavalry-type unit, dude. So, he's moving 3 spaces, and then he gets this effect here to grant 1 additional space, and they also mentioned that the additional movement space he gets from this special will activate, even if this special is not actually charged yet. So here we see him with 1 special cooldown charge left to ramp into his special, and he still has the movement bonus there. So, really cheesy to get 4 range mobility on a cavalry-type unit, especially after we just got those Kanto skills that you can run in the B slot. So you could be a real wise guy if you wanted to, and give Sigurd Tana's new Kanto skill, and then all of a sudden he's going to get Kanto Rem +1 with this additional movement that he gets from his special. Absolute lunacy. Like, this is going to be ridiculous. Pretty awesome. It definitely makes me want to try to summon a copy of this Sigurd. Also, his special is going to boost special damage by 25% of his own attack power. Pretty good, because his base attack is relatively high. And also, after combat, if units... my bad there, guys. If unit's special triggered, grants attack up 6 to unit and all allies for 1 turn. And unit and all allies can move 1 extra space. So as we see here, all of his buddies over there gained 1 additional movement after he used his special. So this is really, really good. Movement shenanigans are pretty much the way to go in Aether Raids, especially if you need to just get 1 extra mobility. It's really helpful to do that. That's why we see skills like Odd Tempest and Even Tempest, etc. just pretty much stealing the show. So, if you have a special like this on a unit that can move 4 potential spaces and also have Kanto, it's going to be real easy for him to just run in, get an attack off, get the special, and then all your other allies are going to be able to benefit from the additional movement and the attack up 6. So, this is just, like, I think I've sung it enough praises, but this is really, really good. So, yeah, I'm glad that Sigurd remains the horse god even to this day. Yeah, and here they showed off with Legendary Leaf. Like, come on, this guy also has Nyorin Zeal. So he can Gale Force and move 4 spaces in a turn. Come on. Like, these antics are just going to get out of control. Alright, so he is going to be coming out on the 28th. I'm definitely going to summon on the banner. I do have a couple of orbs saved up from the Tempest Trial. Alright, so now we have the Legendary Hero Remixes that we're going to get. The first one is going to be Ryoma. So he's getting Bushido 2. And this is going to neutralize effective against flying bonuses. He's going to deal flat 7 damage on every attack. And if he has better speed than the foe, it's going to reduce damage from attacks during combat and from AoE specials by 40%. So pretty strong B-slot, actually. He's basically getting a super version of Spurn 3, where he just automatically gets the 40% damage reduction if he's even 1 point higher than the foe in speed, as opposed to being 10 points higher, like with Spurn and Repel and Close Call and stuff. He's getting the flat 7 true damage, and then he nullifies effective against flying. So, a pretty strong remix for this Ryoma, honestly. I don't really think too many people use this guy, but he is possibly coming up on a refine for Rai Jinto, if they ever decide to do refines for the OG DC weapons. So, you couple that with Bushido 2, and this guy is all of a sudden going to pretty much come back to life. So, that's going to be pretty awesome. And he also gets Attack and Speed Rain 3, which is very good. So that just makes him a better fodder unit, I guess, if you wanted to sacrifice him, or just go ahead and keep that skill on him if you want. Alright, we're also getting a remix for our girl, Thick Gunnthra, right here. So she's going to get Chilling Seal 2. At the start of the turn, inflicts all stats -7 on the foes on the enemy team with the lowest defense through their next actions. and inflicts attack and res -7 on foes within 2 spaces of the foes on the enemy team that have the lowest defense through their next action. So it's like a party-wide debuff skill. Potentially all of the enemies are going to be taking at least attack and res -7, with the one unit that has the lowest defense taking also speed and defense -7. So a very powerful debuff effect, especially with Blizzard having the reverse Blade Tome effect where she gains a damage bonus equal to any of the foe's penalties. So a pretty strong refine for her. And she is a ranged cavalry type as well, so she's going to be able to make very easy use of this. And she's also going to be gaining attack and res solo 4. Maybe not the best thing for her, but it's definitely a lot better than what she came with. What does she have? Like Fortress res 3 or something? Yeah, that's no bueno. So that's going to be way better. Alright, and this remix is going to come on May 6th. So if you're interested in trying to pick up some copies of them, then maybe you want to save your orbs for that. Okay, we're also going to be getting 2 new additional, profiles or pictures you can choose for your My Hero. So they went with more of a mature and cool look for these 2. I guess that makes sense because the current ones look a little bit more like teenaged, I guess you could say, whereas these look more like in their late 20s or mid 20s. So a much needed boost or buff to the selection of choices. That's always nice to see. We're also going to be able to choose other weapon types for our Kirin if you want to. So right now he's locked as a colorless tome, but you can go for colored weapons of your choice for sword, lance, axe, or any of the tomes. So not too bad. They didn't really say if these weapons are going to have different effects, but I assume they're all probably going to have the exact same effect as the colorless tome did. So probably going to play as a support type of Kirin still. And then we're getting these new missions here. I think this is actually a very good idea, because Mjolnir Strike is still pretty stale, even with the addition of My Summoner. So these new missions that we can do are actually going to make the mode a lot more fun. So if you defeat an enemy with your Summoner, you're going to get 20 Divine Codes. And if you can defeat 5 enemies with your Summoner, you're going to get 40 Divine Codes. So just a nice little way to try to prioritize getting KOs with the Summoner instead of your other units. So that's definitely going to be cool. Also going to make Mjolnir Strike a lot more varied. There's going to be a new auto create, so you can go ahead and instantly make the highest scoring team possible. That's going to be really nice. I wonder if it's going to change your skills, actually, because as we know, certain skills do score higher than others. So if you use the auto create, is it going to instantly just choose your best scoring setup in terms of skills and units? I wonder if that's going to be how it works, but either way, I guess it's not like the biggest deal to go ahead and change the skills yourself. Alright, we're also going to be able to throw our Summoner into the resort if you want to, so they can chill with your other units in Aether Resorts. Oh, and this is probably like the biggest thing out of the entire FEH channel. So we're going to be getting this thing called Reserve Barracks. So what this is basically a whole ton of box space they just added for everybody. So we have potentially, let's see here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So we have 10 of these reserve barracks. Each one of these reserve barracks can hold 100 units. And you're freely able to move any units that you summon into any of these reserve barracks. So it's essentially like they just gave everybody 1,000 box space on the house, which is completely insane. No gacha game I've ever played has done something like this. A box space is always something you gotta pay for with the premium currency, be it orbs or dragon stones or whatever you have as your currency. You always had to use those to increase your box space. But now it's like FEH just gave us 1,000 box space for free with this update. So that's going to be a pretty big deal, especially for people that summon a lot like me and other whales that just go nuts on banners. Going to be a really nice update there. And it also makes me real glad that I haven't actually used any orbs to update my box space myself. So all my orbs have been safe, and I believe this is the last thing they had to say. Yep. So that pretty much wraps us up for this FEH channel here. Very unexpected, to be honest, but also they dropped some pretty cool stuff on us, like Legendary Sigurd right there. So let me know your thoughts in the comment section down below, what you guys think of Legendary Sigurd and all the other updates. How do you feel about the Golden Week banners and the celebration? I think everything looks pretty good. They're definitely doing a way better job than last year, where we got that stupid picnic banner, and we had all the tickets for that one. I know a lot of people didn't like that, but having the Hero Fest banners with the Choose Your Legends units is way better. So that's all for tonight. This is your boy Tacho signing out. Hope you guys enjoyed the coverage, and I will catch y'all again on the flip side.